You'll stay up till this dump shines like the top of the Chrysler Building.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Instead of treated, we get tricked. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. It's the hard knock life.
It's so exciting. The sun will come out tomorrow and the next day and the next day because Annie is in town.
The show is now playing at the National Theater, but for 1 week only. And so we've got some guests this morning.
That's right. We have Stefanie Londino, who plays Miss Hannigan, and also Ashley Val from the Humane Rescue Alliance, and a furry friend appropriately named Sandy is with you as well. Thank you guys for being here.
Our pleasure.
You love seeing yourself on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, you know, we gotta love it.
You play Miss Hannigan.
I do.
And Annie. What's it like? I mean, you have all the little girls with you too.
Yes. Oh, my chickens. Yes. It's an extraordinary experience. It's a fabulous part. It's a legendary part, and I'm honored to stand in those snakeskin pumps every night. Yeah.
How was opening night last night?
Wonderful. My first time playing the National, my fourth national tour, but my first time playing this venue, and just a really loving, engaged crowd. Everyone was so excited to be there, and we had a great time.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, welcome to DC.
Thank
Hopefully, I know you're
you.
here a week, right? It's a
Yeah, we
week-long
play
run.
the whole week,
Okay.
all the way through Sunday, and yeah, we're excited to bring this show to DC. It's a wonderful show.
When I was reading about this, I guess I failed to remember that Annie all started as a comic strip back in like 1920s, right? Before the musical was first created. When were you first introduced to Annie? Do you remember?
Yes, I think I'm part of that initial crew that saw the movie first. The Carol Burnett movie. And I remember being very young and thinking, oh wow, Carol is on another level. She's in her own league. And yeah, years later when the show came across the desk, it was like, felt very like a Kismet moment, like yes, I get her. I get this story.
I think Disney did another version too, right? When they did like the Sunday night Annie movies, that's what I remember.
They have done so many iterations of it. It's a story that keeps popping up. I think it's really universal, and I think there's a draw toward the optimism of this show. Speaking of being in DC, it sheds a light on a bipartisan experience in the presidential cabinet, and you know, it's an optimistic look at what this country can be, and I think that's really hopeful, and people like it.
I love that. And Ashley, the Humane Rescue Alliance, how are you all partnered with the show and helping other furry friends like Sandy here?
Yeah, so Sandy is one of our available dogs at the shelter. He came in as a stray not too long ago, and so we're partnered with the folks at National Theater to help bring a light to our adoptable animals in the shelters in DC, and nationwide we're having an overpopulation crisis, so really want to get the word out about adoption at your local shelters.
Sandy knows where the snacks are.
Yeah, certainly does.
She keeps going back to your pocket.
Yeah.
So there is still is that still from the pandemic when people adopted all the dogs, and now are we still in that wave of after?
I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what's happening there. But what we know is that we're having we're having more intake and less adoptions happening in shelters. And so the numbers aren't working out. And this is happening all over the country. So really trying to reach out, get the word out that dogs like Sandy here are at your local shelter waiting for you, and they just need a couch and love. I think people sometimes overestimate what it takes to be a dog owner, and really, they're just ready to melt into a couch, and become part of your family.
They want to snuggle up with you and stay warm in this cold weather we have.
Watch Annie on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Make the connection. There's a dog in Annie as well, if anyone hasn't seen it.
Named Sandy.
Named Sandy, yes. And we travel 2 dogs with the show. We travel with a company called Birds and Animals, and they are all rescue dogs as well that have been rescued and given a second life as stars in our shows. So Seamus is our main Sandy.
Do they ever like throw you off on stage?
Never.
And be like, I'm going to go over here. And
it's a rivalry between who's most professional between them and the children. 100%.
How many children are in the show?
7. My 7 chickens. 1 girl plays Annie, and 6 other orphans. And then one of our other orphans covers the Annie track. So 7 girls travel, and 7 girls are in the show every night.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Wow.
See,
yeah,
all
you definitely
Sandy
have your
wanted
hands.
was some belly rubs. Look at you.
What a good baby.
Yeah.
Welcome to DC. Enjoy your time here. Thank you for raising awareness for these pets that just want a loving home. Annie is now playing at the National Theater, but for 1 week only through Sunday, so don't miss it. For tickets, go to Broadway at thenational.com.
You made a friend.
I did.